days, the Hawks and the Bucks, this series tied at 1 game apiece. The games at Abu Dhabi as well.
Yeah, it's quite the way to start the season. A little Abu Dhabi trip.
He plays tonight. He had missed the last game against the Sixers for personal reasons, and Collins gets the first bucket. We know in the past, Boston has brought some toughness. Toronto, of course, and some of those classic playoff.
Milwaukee in Atlanta. Obviously, a Nate McMillan coach team. This is exactly how they want to play.
Trae Young looking for his first points. Would you like this kind of situation as a player?
The way they're playing, I think it just makes this matchup maybe probably a nice finish there. Not so great.
January 11th, it'll be in Atlanta. That'll be the 4th and final meeting. And DeAndre Hunter, who is a three-point shooter, 35% coming into tonight, knocks down his for both.
Oh boy.
Giannis is back. Right down the lane for his first flush.
Always be an equal opportunity offensive player, but
not tonight. Yep, DeJounte Murray gets defensively. Giannis again going off the bounce. He takes it left side, and he's got a quick 5 point.
All the way to college, Devon.
Right, the Big 12 days.
Oh yeah, those guys got so many battles, and so you can tell there's no doubt that first matchup with Trae.
Hunter passes up the 3, shovel pass to Capella. Left side gets it to go.
And that's just a heck of a pass by DeAndre Hunter. He gives a shot fake, puts the ball on the ground, sees where the defense is coming from.
Devon, the quick pass, Marchand gets the roll and an and-one opportunity.
Just gotta love the energy that he's bringing. It just seems like if you're in the rush.
Well, we'd love to see it. You know, Collins has picked up his first. Capella already has 1 personal foul. And Marchand.
Don't know this. It's closer on the corner. Nice block by Brook.
They're going to count it, though. It's a goaltending call. Brook Lopez still leading the league right now in blocks per. Marchand will pull up for 3 and knock it down from the wing. That doesn't look like a rookie at all.
Look, a couple possessions ago, he has what we call a rookie turnover, right? It's a possession where you're like looking shots and playing well, but just a big-time shot.
He hasn't missed a shot yet tonight. Speaking of not missing a shot, Javon wasn't going to miss that runner. Now suddenly it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, you got to love.
Looking to tie or take the lead. Almost a carbon copy of the last shot. Go ahead, Javon.
You know what? You know when you talk about 21 against San Antonio, it does give you confidence. You've seen the ball go through. Nice pass.
Jordan Nwora going baseline for the slam, and a 10-0 run by the Bucks. They've gotten back into it.
Another one, or do you get your guys involved on that one? I'd like to see him move it.
Hunter for 2 that time, and it's a 1-point game. Inside 4 minutes here in this first quarter, and another pull-up here for Hunter. He's got 9 points in the opening quarter.
Action like that, good shot, just didn't get to go.
Runner for Aaron Holiday. Does any NBA player think that they fouled? Think about that one. Did you ever learn to fly? Fade away. There for Griffin.
It's a heck of a.
Trae Young on the run out. The tip is there by Capella.
I do think that's an intriguing conversation because if you're a strong.
Puts it up. Bobby, another offensive rebound, and he gets the putback. Second chance points here for the Bucks.
Great job staying with it. The way Milwaukee sends guys, risk getting a transition.
Mid-range 2 look. You know, it's what Atlanta does. 60%, but I don't know what you felt, Steve. I just felt like the rhythm wasn't there. You know, picked up the 2 personal fouls last Monday.
Scored by 22 November 7th in his minutes. Down by 10 in his minutes in the game.
Okongwu gets his first bucket. Let's be honest, too. I mean, he's dealing with the left knee soreness as well. 0 for 3 now from 3. And count the bucket. Jalen Johnson skying to the rack.
Impressive as him.
And that's the 3rd personal, though, on Bobby Portis, as he'll have to take a seat. They're always so helpful.
Twitter is always watching.
Oh, and always helpful.
Always.
On Friday, backing up his career high night against OKC last week. Murray's been a little bit quiet for him. It's another bucket. Yeah. He's got 4 points now.
Overbrook.
Accept the challenge against Giannis. Giannis looks it off. Marchand!
A guy that when you've seen him look like he's gotten injured against the Atlanta Hawks, he's not actually.
Action to see Drew's reaction.
The sound in the arena was unbelievable. Just a moan, and the fact that although he didn't end up playing in that San Antonio game, but almost like those guys, the best players have cheat codes. They find a way to.
Point first quarter. Hasn't scored yet in the second until there. Now a quick word from Carrier. First 2 points from the free throw line of the second. But you know what? And that's what made his answers great, in my opinion.
Calls.
George Hill now the defensive assignment on Trae Young, and he uses that screen by Capella beautifully.
That's what makes Trae so special. A guy that size in the paint. He's had to learn.
Dropping it off in the lane. Giannis has another attempts in his Bucks career. And the putback is good, and the foul. So
No halftime. Craig Kashan's got it covered.
you're sure about that?
Friends.
Plural? Friends?
Oh, yes. Craig is a popular man. They have a
Point advantage here for the Hawks. Trae flips it up left side. So tough to stop. 8 points now.
drop off. Hopefully a finish right here.
Carter to Serge for two. And Jordan Wara takes it and fires from up top.
Just love that slip out action. Looked like he was going to go set a screen. Didn't touch him. Slipped out. Great pass by Javon.
That I'm going to do what I normally do. If Trae Young is going to beat us like that, knocking down shots multiple feet behind the three-point line, then we'll have to live with it. And you notice Javon is constantly applying pressure.
Counter some of that. And I think we've seen that this year.
Yeah, and the other interesting point, we're talking about the game with Trae where he had 42, but then that's the game that they lost.
Defensive focus guard who can score the ball. And so, they gave up picks. They went and got DeJounte Murray. And, at the
And we've seen maybe the struggles early with Minnesota trying to find that cohesiveness.
Yeah, foul threw down.
But did he touch anything even on his foul through down?
It looked like he had all ball. Players, referees, they're scouting the guys. They know what they're getting into. They know if there's guys that flop or there are guys that are great defenders or poor defenders.
11-point advantage, largest lead right now for the Hawks. Trae's left alone in the corner. Now it's a 14-point advantage.
Yeah.
Coming into tonight from distance, Marshawn lets it fly, gits all of the visor for a home court roll.
And it seems like he was talking a little bit of trash after he made it. I couldn't see if he was.
That clock still isn't play on this possession. That is like Hawks lob basket.
A really solid defensive effort by
Giannis right down the lane. Opportunities here tonight. Maybe that transition look is one of them where Collins will give it right back from up top. John Collins, who shoots 25% coming into tonight for three. Giannis all the way down the lane for two.
See, I love that. It's just so young.
Trae Young fade away. Wow. I mean, sometimes you
just behind Rudy Gobert and Giannis. And
that he's got to sustain, get past, no matter who's defending him. That time it was Collins.
Yeah, and it's just interesting with certain players how they want the contact offensively. Knocked down there by Hunter, knocking down another three. Hunting technical. I suppose it depends on who you're a fan of. John Collins, it's a tough foul for Giannis.
Murray makes good on the first. Now a quick word from my biggest question too is how many minutes would you see him play? Sitting out of brought that post move, spin spike, post touches as you had mentioned the OKC game. A lot of that coming sometimes when Giannis is out of the game as Carter gets out about him. Transition look for Marshawn. Hustle play that results in the three-point make.
That's big time. He just continues to produce big time knockdown there.
About 40 attempts, so still more attempts here to come. Hunter in the paint.
Yeah, Hunter's been good.
Gives it back to Murray, who's still got in single digits until that shot. He's got 11 points now in the game.
He's really been struggling the last two games, but getting that one to go on him. And they asked Giannis after the game, what do you think about this Hagu guy guarding? He just says, well, I just love playing against players like, but just going back to what we were talking about with Giannis, it just shows, he's so about the journey and about the experience. But on a night where a guy plays good defense on him or is a good matchup against him, he almost is even in how it plays out.
He's a superstar that's very much a big fan of the game of basketball. Broke down on the other end. +1 opportunity. Are the least dominating that he's been defensively of the 3 games that Atlanta has played Milwaukee here so far.
But you look up and you see 83-69. In order for the Bucks to get back in this, it's got to be one shot and out.
Hunter makes good on the first. 9 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, and there's usually a story to be told. Nice job, nice pass. Good read by the big fellas, like you said.
I'm trying to save some size. You know what Philly can do, lob play again.
You know, for all these teams, it's still early in the year, but there's some teams showing, you know, some glimpses. Yeah, those are the kind of little things. When you saw Giannis go 18 for 18 against Phoenix.
Free throw line. 6 of 14 from the field, 6 of 13 from the free throw line. As we're approaching the fourth quarter. Put back for Collins picks up his third to send Bobby Portis that are on the court right now. Where does that come from?
You know, my initial instinct right now.
Bobby pump fake, well done. Got Johnson in the air. I mean, the OKC game was fantastic, but it was against the youngest team in the league, right? But Drew, to me, provides that
off guard there.
How many times does he pull and you have that kind of reaction? Surge! With a surge of a three-point shot. He's got 5 here tonight.
He's just so intriguing to watch and intriguing.
An ankle injury, he'll be done for the rest of the game. Griffin spin move for 2. Talented rookie.
Question, Giannis is so much more valuable when the guy.
Giannis.
Great pass. Oh my goodness. I don't know. It looked like he had that pivot. You're allowed that extra step once your pivot foot's established, but that's a tough call right there.
Brook going for the block.
It's pretty good.
Giannis didn't even jump to get that offensive rebound. Hangs, hoops, count it. You see, he shot almost as many free throws and
not getting fouled. The physicality and the wear down factor.
Marjan both thought that one of them was going to get the ball, and it resulted in that. A transition dunk for Johnson and the Hawks. This crew is all over it. Bill Kennedy, the crew chief. Rock Koga is the rep that the Bucks have in there right now. Carter forcing the turnover. Transition look, Giannis behind. Taking advantage of a stop clock.
Milwaukee can do, hopefully can force that hand.
Devon will take a seat.
Momentum going.
Steve, sometimes it's okay to be Trae Young, no looks it. Capella finishes it.
I think you see Capella again with an offensive board on that end. Good follow right there by Bobby.
And Marjan behind the back, flips it up to Bobby. You bet, flex on it.
That's usually what Brook does best down there.
Collins a really good free throw shooter.
Bucks aren't making threes, they still shoot them. Big shot.
Push dribble handoff over to Bobby, flips it up.
Clock stopped for a few times.
Comes that double team, forces it out of the hands and into Collins.
Carefully, might run out of guys actually tonight, but you know what? I do think the team that they can be the start to the season that they've had, but now there's just these 3 games.
And considering it's November 14th, January 11th feels like an eternity. The proximity of all these 3 matchups. Jordan Nwora makes it guys return. He never gives a timeline, but says that, you know, uses words like they're close, getting towards the end. Now there's question marks as Griffin knocks down the 3-point shot. Now some question marks with Grayson Allen, who left with an ankle injury tonight.